Okay, so hi there. So this is Market Research Academy. It's a part of Market Research Universe, of course, the training division of Market Research Universe. So now today's video is all about correlation analysis, or correlation research. Now, theoretically, most of you, I think, heard about correlation, some sort of a theory also. But most of you, I'm sure, not know how to apply this correlation in any work, any professional work, or in your marketing research, in your digital marketing, in your business research, in your management consulting, this kind of data analysis, this kind of work. So there you will be surprised that correlation research is one of the very important analyzing tool or analyzing technique that we can use to understand the correlation of any kind of attributes or any kind of variables or any kind of entities or any kind of products. This is how you can use cases can be. Now definitely, as USP of our program, that we actually, just to inform that this is the continuation of the course, the sessions. So I have uploaded, I think till the time 3 or 4 sessions that is available in our YouTube channel and also of our site. So this is actually the part of the initial part, the theory part of our flagship program, fellow program in market research or management consulting, or fellow program in data analysis, or suppose market research practical training program. So this is a part of that course. This is the theory part of that course. So now if you are really interested, you want to uplift your career, you want to enter in this industry, in market research industry or management consulting industry or data analysis industry, then you need to understand the really very practical or very industrial exposures that can only be given in that long-term program. Okay, but what is the purpose of this course then, or this video course? This is a part of the theory, and I will definitely cover some sort of a practical within this minimum time. But if you're really interested to get more understanding, then definitely link is here in somewhere here. So you can just enroll and you will get the very detailed case studies, understanding, practical exposures, lot of use cases there. Okay, so we'll get a very industrial exposures there. Okay, so now come to the topic, correlation analysis. Now correlation analysis, just to give you a very overall understanding here first, definitely with very layman language, okay, so that everybody can understand. Even your grandma also can come and she will understand here. Okay, so now see what is correlation. Okay, now correlation is the name itself, the term itself is saying correlation. There is need to be some relation, and maybe it's positive correlation, maybe it's negative correlation. Okay, so now of course, we are understanding what is positive correlation, what is negative correlation. If it is a positive value, then that is positive correlation. It is a negative value, that is a negative correlation. Okay. So now now before I deep dive with the analytical perspectives, now how to understand that positive and negative correlation. Before that, let me tell you a little bit definition of correlation. Okay. So now, as I told you, like suppose relation having at least two variables, right? Maybe A, maybe B variable. Okay, now A is independent, B is dependent, or vice versa. Okay, so now if one variable is increasing and another variable is decreasing, okay, then it is a negative correlation. Okay, simple. If one variable is increasing, another variable is increasing, then this is a positive correlation. As simple as that theoretically. But of course, before that, I think it's better to give you some visualizations here so that you can easily understand. Okay, so I am sharing my screen quickly, just give you some visualizations. What is correlation, what is positive and negative correlation, and how to measure that correlation. Okay, and what is the use cases of correlation, and then I will definitely tell you what is the further process of correlation also. Okay, so let me share my screen quickly. Okay, so I hope you can see the screen there. So this is correlation research, okay, or correlation analysis. So now A comparison between two entities is invariable. Okay, correlation research is conducted to create a relationship between two closely joined entities and how one impacts the other one and what are the changes that are eventually observed. So see, don't go ahead with only theory, listen to me, and I'm making your life very easy here. So see, as I told you, that correlation, two entities having some relation, okay, that relation may be positive, that relation may be negative. Okay, so now how this negative or positive correlation, how to suppose this is theory, but how to measure that, with some quantitative techniques. This is where you have to understand with some quantitative techniques, because anybody come to you, this is one relation, this is another, variable, this is another variable, and then they will tell you this is positively related, this is positively negative related. If I tell you that, if you invest 1 lakh in marketing and you will getting 2 lakhs in sales, and another, investing you 2 lakh and you are getting 4 lakh sales, 4 lakh sales, you are investing 4 lakh in marketing, you will get 8 lakhs sales. So this is, the more you invest in marketing, the more you get the sales. So this is a very easy to understand that they are positively related, right? But if I want you to make a quantitative analysis of this, okay, so there you need to understand a very in-depth understanding of theory, of course the formulas, and also of course the how to do that, of that, quantitatively, techniques and all this is there. You need deep dive, deep understanding on that. So there I'm helping you on that cases. Okay, so now see, so simple. This is, as I told you, this is a type of correlation. One is positive correlation, another is negative correlation. Positive correlation, we can also call it, direct, correlation. Another negative correlation, we can call it indirect correlation. So now, these are the examples of, suppose as I told you, marketing, you invest marketing, your sales is increasing. So this is positive correlated. And the negative correlation, if I give you examples of negative correlation, then see, the price increasing, expenditures or price increasing, and the quantity of demand is decreasing. So these are negatively correlated. So these are very easy, theoretically very easy to understand all these things. But now I am helping you to understand technically how to do that. Okay. So here is simple. You have to find out there is a formula of this correlation. Okay. And this formula is very simple. Okay, maybe some of you is finding a little bit difficult that how it look like and all these things, but it is actually very easy. Okay, so you have to just find out this R value. So now this is the formula. Okay, so N is that quantity of the informations. Okay, and then here see X, summation of X. X is what? What is X? Okay, X is nothing, the variable that you are taking, first variable, or maybe independent variable for your case, or Y is dependent variable. Okay, that summation of that, and then you have to find out multiply of the summation of those. Okay, and then you have to find out the squares of those, X square and Y square. So this is where you have to find out easily. And then how you to get this? So see, so these are like, whatever the data you have, that I told you, just try to relate that I told you that if you're investing 1 lakh in marketing, you will get sales 2 lakh. You are investing 4 lakh, you will get 8 lakhs. You are investing 6 lakh, you are getting 7 lakh, 8 lakh, whatever. So whatever the data you have, you don't need to understand where to get this data till this time, because I am not telling you how to collect the data. When you from the scratch, that data also can be collected through market research. That is a part of your survey, and then all this this part. So that definitely I'll cover next next session. But as of now, suppose you have data. Okay, you have all these data, X and Y data. Okay, so now if you have X data and Y data, dependent variables, dependent variables data and independent variables data, and you have to find out dependent variables data, whatever. Okay, so these are all the data, or you have X data, dependent variables and independent variables. All these data you have. Okay, simple. Just make it very clear for you. Okay, you have this data, and you have to just make this is very simple, right? You have to sum up this X, you have to sum up Y and all these things. Once you've done all this, then you have to just put that data values in this formula. As simple as that. You will get that. But now here, so now just try to understand what is R actually. So once you get this formula value of this R, then you will get some value, right? So now here you have to understand how to predict, how to analyze that R. Okay, this is where you have to understand. This is the part of your data analysis and all these things. And definitely don't get very scared here, because it may sound very difficult here, but actually it is not, because here you have Excel sheet. Okay, you are Excel, MS Excel, okay, Microsoft Excel. So there actually this correlation analysis is very easy. Okay, it's very easy. As I told you, your grandma can also do that if I tell her to do that. Okay, so don't worry. So in Excel sheet, in Excel, there is a formula correlation analysis. Okay, in next session I'll tell you definitely, or definitely, for that case, you can just join our course. There I'll tell you how to do that in Excel, how to do that in SPSS tool. SPSS tool is one of the very very kind of trustable tool, or very accurate tool, I would say. There it will help you to give you more accuracy on the correlations and all these kind of net. It's one of the most high rated kind of thing, quantitative data analytics tool. So SPSS. Okay, so that is from IBM. Okay, so that Excel sheet is also is good. Okay, because Excel is very free. Okay, so you can just so in that course, if you join the course, I'll tell you a lot of case studies and all. I'll tell you how to do that in Excel. But as of now, you can just go through whatever you have data just in this formula. In Excel sheet also they are using this formula, but in Excel sheet what, it just you need the data in this column and this X column and Y column, and you just put, and you will get that R value. Okay, so you have to just understand here the main part is how to measure that, how to predict that, actually interpretation, or interpretation, how to interpret your data. That is here, it's you have to understand. So now here you have to understand the R. Okay, so now R, if the R value is closer to 1, that is correlated, more correlated. Now here the parameter you have to understand. The parameter is R, maybe -1 to +1. Okay, in between. Okay, that is our parameter, correlation coefficient parameter. So if you are supposed to find out, suppose your whatever value you are getting, you are getting 0.70 0.70 whatever, so 70% related, or 80% related, or 90%. So it is more correlated to 1. The more correlated to 1, the more closer to 1, in the sense, the more closer to 1, that is more strong correlation. So if you have, suppose sales and marketing having very close relation. Okay, so marketing or sales is very correlation, because the more you invest in marketing, sales will definitely increase. Okay, so this is how you can easily understand they are positive correlated. But now it may very easy, sounding very easy for your case. Like suppose I know that if you invest, in whatever investing in marketing, sales will increase. This is very easy to understand. Anybody can understand, but right. But think you are doing a very kind of niche topic. You are doing a very fast of kind of a project, which is you yourself also don't know. That founder of that company also don't know what exactly the variables is. Reacting, whether they are positively correlated, negatively correlated. Okay, or suppose you are coming up with some theme. Okay, and this is the first theme, or this you are doing some innovations. So suppose you are trying to understand consumers' mindset, or consumers purchasing behavior. Okay, or consumer positive attitudes, or whatever, this type of research. Okay, so now that can be your, like suppose you definitely you are designing some questions regarding to fulfilling of your objective, like other consumer behavior, whether they are ready, whether they are happy with the price or not. So that price is suppose suppose depending on the product quality. Okay, so, or suppose consumers purchasing behavior is depending on the product quality and the price. Okay, so this is the what you want to find out here, consumers behavior. Okay, they are ready to purchase or not. This is what you have to find. This is dependent variable. And another is, on the other hand, independent variables, whatever the data you have. Like suppose you have price. Okay, so price is like $2,000 or whatever. Okay, so these are the price. So, or suppose quality concern, the good quality, bad quality, whatever you have. So that is the concern. So these are the data you are collecting, and you are trying to understand their suppose they are how much they are interested to purchase this product. So we are designing one question for that. How much you are interested? with some multiple choices and all, and you are designing some questions for these multiple choices. So you have to, what you can do, you can just measure this with this. We try to correlate this variable with this variable. This is dependent variable and this is the independent variable. Okay, prices, and then their qualities and all. So you will try, once you do this kind of you have this data, of course. Once you get this questionnaire sending this, you're getting some data, then you will get some data, right? You will, with the x, that is your x, that is your y. Okay, so once you get that, then you can, what you can do, you can do this formula. So that can be also done through Excel or SPSS tool. Okay, once you have that data, x and y data, columns data and all, then you will get some, once you get that R value, you will get some value. So if that value is positively correlated, then you can consider that your consumers is purchasing behavior is positive. I mean that most of them are ready, most of them are happy to purchase. And what are the concerns? Because the price, because the this quality is good, so they are also interested to purchase. So this variable and this variable having some relation. If you will understand this and this variable having some relation, they are positive relation. So if this is actually very impacting, this is most priority, then you can consider it is most prioritized correlation or considerations. This is how you can easily find out priorities of your marketing, that priorities of your product developments and all. And this is can help you to strategize your your marketing, your product development and all. So of course, some of you understanding, some of you may not, but I think I am sure that you somehow I am generating some sort of understanding of this. But definitely, within this short video, it is just not possible for me to give you a very detailed analysis on this. So definitely for that case, you can join our course. I am giving you that assurity and guarantee on that. Because see, I'm running this program for 4 years now. Okay, more than 4 years now. So a lot of students, like 1,000, more than 1,095% out of them is getting successfully working companies. So I'm I'm giving you that assurance that once you join this program, it is a one of a kind of a program, very exposures, very practical exposures and for program. So this is, I'm going to cover the correlation analysis, practical understanding. I'm going to cover the regression analysis of this actually. So there you can join, and of course the market size estimation, all this that in the curriculum is mentioned. Okay, so there you can join, and if you're having some gap, then you can fulfill that gap, bridge that gap with that course. Okay, so yeah, so now come to the point here, just to finish it up here. So now see. So the more closer to 1, it is correlated. Okay, so more correlated, to strong correlated. So that is where, so how it look like in graphical area, you can see. So positive correlation. So if you invest in 1 lakh, you are getting, suppose this is your marketing X, so Y, and this is X. Okay, so now if you invest, suppose 1 lakh, and you are getting like suppose marketing you are increasing. So this is how it is a positive correlation is look like. So this is a positive correlation. Okay, and this is a negative, vice versa, ulta. No, this is the opposite of that. So this is a negative. So if you investing, suppose like suppose as I told you, so I'm giving you a very kind of very interesting examples of, like suppose nowadays Gen Zs and we also millennials also spending a lot of time in scrolling Instagram. Okay, so the more you scroll, your productivity will decrease. So this is negatively correlated actually. So this is where you can consider it's a negative correlation. So now, like suppose now I'm giving another examples of how to you make it use cases. Okay, suppose you are want to do some research on these, how much they are correlated. Okay, so suppose you don't know anything and you want to do, though but you wanted to make it theoretically but like suppose you wanted to make it practically you wanted to do, and you want to research, you wanted to find out the correlation between this scrolling, Instagram is scrolling, and the impact, productivity impact. Then scrolling is your like suppose your independent variable here, or productivity is your dependent variables. Okay, so this is 2 variables. Okay, so now X and Y, whatever. Okay, so now you want to find out Y, or you want to find out, so if you consider X that, so you want to do it accordingly. Okay, so now see, if you getting some survey, you are doing some survey. So suppose you are try to understand that you are spending 5 hours per day by scrolling, and you are doing some survey for another person, he or she is spending 4 hours, another is 3 hours, another is like 5 hours, another is 6 hours, another is 10 hours, okay, another is like suppose 8 hours. Okay, so this is how individually, other persons, other individuals having some spending their time in scrolling. So that you can also understand there, like suppose the productivity rate also. So suppose that particular person, it definitely, if you practically you will understand this, the maximum of those samples or data or populations will give some data of that particular. You have to ask them, you will get some understanding, or you can ask some questions in multiple choices, you will get this kind of data collection, so analysis. So suppose you are asking first person that what's the 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 or 5 hour, these are the multiple questions, and the productivity rate is you are highly productive, you are not productive, you are somehow productive, you are medium productivity in your life, and these are the questions also sending to others also. So you will end up, if that is somehow is making some sense, then definitely that person who are lesser investing or scrolling in like suppose in Instagram, he or she having better productivity. So this is actually negatively correlated, and this you end up with some data, more of these data, like suppose 100 populations you are getting these data, okay, 100 populations or 200 populations or 300 populations, 400 populations, then we'll easily understand some correlation between these two type of people. Okay, like suppose in the sense two variables, and then how that impacting this 400 audiences life or productivity. So this is how you can understand that you can come up technically, you can come up some quantitative visualizations, quantitative data, that these are they really correlated or not, and if they are related, then how much they are related. Okay, and this is how you can, now you are ready to quantitatively you can you can mention it, like this is like there is a negative correlation, and how much that negative correlation is. So once you have these data, and you can easily find out the R. Okay, so this is how you can. So I think it is more than enough for you to understand the theoretical perspectives now. As I told, you understand more practical and all these things, and come to join my course. I will definitely help you on that case. Okay, so this is all for today. Okay, I hope you understood some understanding of correlations and all, and thank you so much. All the best.
We believe our efforts have enlightened your understanding on the topic. Moreover, if you are looking for market research practical training and professional courses, fellow program in market research with one-to-one mentorship, then we are happy to invite you to visit our training center at Market Research Universe, MRU, which offers India's first practical and live project-oriented market research online training program with 100% placement assistance and corporate reference letter. Get the opportunity to join us as a fellow. Apply for a free demo session now. Also, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more learning edition and regular market insights.